Hello. Okay, so this is video one of getting started. Now, really all you'll need is just this video to start using the technology and to really get started for the first week. So this is going to cover week one entirely in this one video. I'm going to try to keep it about 10 minutes long, so I really want you to be able to watch this. Just give me your full attention. Turn off your phone. Don't check anything else. The specifics of what I'm going to teach you are really important to using this correctly. I'm going to show you specifically places to wear it on your body and specifically like how long to use it, what to look out for, how to use it, all these kinds of things. Okay, so give me your attention for this video. Thank you. Now, the device that you've received comes in a blue case. It should look just like this. If it doesn't look like this, then something went wrong. That's never happened, but this is what you should have received. This is an ultrasound device. What you need to do to open it is going to start in the lower locked position. You're going to push these up to the top, and now it should open easily. When you want to put this away, what you have two options. You can either at the end of each usage pack it up and put it away. There's only 3 items in it. That's a pretty easy thing to do and keeps it mobile. That's what I do. But you can just keep it set up around your house or a desk or wherever you want to have it, and you'll figure that out over time. So now what we want to do is open it. Okay, so this is my my device here. You're going to find a really nice little setup of technology here. This has been opened, so you're going to notice that there's some zip ties, wrappers, that kind of stuff. So first thing that you want to do is take out this. This is the ultrasound device that you've received. This is a handheld 3 intensity device. It should be held about like this. Your finger can go up here close to this circle, which is the button. That's the button that you'll press. Okay. Now, for this to work properly, it does not have a battery in it. So what you will need to do is plug this into an outlet. So I'm going to set this face down back into the case, and I'm going to pull out the power unit. The best way to pull it out is to take your finger and push it right, put it here, and then pull up. So you should be able to pull up as opposed to pulling it from the cord part, okay? So we're going to pull this out, and we're going to get this. Now you can extend this out like this and just kind of pull this so you can get kind of the tangles out, okay? It's a really nice cable. It'll rewrap really well around your hand. So what you'll do with this is a 2-prong outlet. It works anywhere in the world, so it's 100 to 240 volts. So if you're traveling, you just need to get the normal adapter for different plugins around the world, but this will work anywhere that you're going, which is great. So you'll plug this into a wall outlet, then you'll take this end here and you'll plug it into the bottom of the device. Then you'll plug it in right here. So just like that. No ups or downs, it's very easy. So now that you have it plugged in, what you'll want to do first before you turn it on is you want to apply the ultrasound gel. But before you do that, there's one new feature for new devices, which is there's a safety seal on the front face of the metal part here. So what you'll do is you'll just take it, grab it, and peel it off. Okay, and you can just set that on the table next to you, and you can throw that away. That's not something that you need to reuse again and again. That's one-time use only, and you'll throw it away. It won't work properly if you keep it on. So you'll need to remove that. Now, what you want to do is grab the bottle of blue gel. Okay, so this is ultrasound. This is a Therasonic conductive gel. This is essentially mostly water. It's about 95 to 98% water. And it's got other suspension agents, so it remains gelatinous. Okay? Um, and so what you want to do is you want to open it up, and every one of these is going to come with a silver piece of safety seal on the front of it. So what you want to do is get something um, like either a pen tip or something like that, and puncture a hole in it, or remove it entirely somehow with a fingernail, or you can use scissors, you can use maybe a knife or something that you have around you that can remove it. It's not super easy to just dig out with your fingernails, unless you have really long fingernails, I don't think. But I'm going to give you a moment where you can go and find something to puncture a hole, because it won't come out unless you puncture it. So now that you've done that and you've got a hole in it that's about the same size as the opening, what you'll want to do is apply a pea-sized amount, not a large pea, but a normal medium-sized pea, like a green pea, to the center, just to the center of the ultrasound transducer. Okay? Now there's two different ways to do it. One is to smear it all around the face, or to just put one measured amount of a pea-sized amount of gel on the center, and then you can rub around with your fingers, or you can rub it around at the site of administration, where you would administer the dose. So my personal recommendation is to just put the measured amount on the device first. Okay, so I'm going to squeeze out with my thumb and fingers, and squeeze out an amount about like this. Now I'm going to hold this up to the camera so you can see how I've placed this, okay? So that's sort of that's the amount that I've put on here, okay? That's not a whole lot, okay? You're not trying to, let me see if I can make this focus here. Not trying to overdo it, okay? So that should give you a pretty clear indication of how much to put on there. Okay, so now that you have it on, what you're going to want to do is press the button on the back, okay? It's going to make a beeping noise, and it's going to turn on a color, okay? So it's going to go green, orange, red. Those are the three intensities. Green is low, orange is medium, and red is high. So remember those. Now, green is the lowest intensity that we're going to start with for week 1. So don't worry about orange or red right now. These do not represent that it needs to heat up or anything like that. It's when it's on, it's on. So it's emitting ultrasound from the moment that it turns on, and it doesn't change over time. The device may heat up because of body temperature, and it is transmitting an energy, but it'll be very slow, and it won't happen for another like 10 minutes of usage. So for this first usage, all we're going to use it for the first week is just on the green intensity, which is low, and we're going to use it on the left side of our neck, okay? So if I'm going to turn around here, I'm going to show you. So here's my ear. Now below my ear and behind it is a bone. There's a bone called the mastoid bone. It's really part of my skull, but that's referred to as the mastoid bone, which comes to a point. If you use 2 fingers, you can kind of rub it, and you can see where it comes to an end. It starts to come to a point down here for me. Should also on you. Now, then if you move your finger forward, you'll notice that your jawline, your jaw bone, is right about here. Where you're going to place this device, you're looking to get stimulation of the vagus nerve, okay, which runs under the muscle here. This big muscle right here, that's called the sternocleidomastoid, and this is a big muscle. If you like do this, you can feel it getting bigger. So you're going to place it not on the bone, but just below the bone so that it's just sitting on the muscle. Now I'm going to place it here, and I'm just going to kind of use my fingers to know the place, and then I can kind of use my hands and help guide it in. Don't be afraid to really feel and use it. You can look in a mirror too if you want, but it's a lot easier to just feel. Now it's going to be on green, and you're going to hold it here, and you're going to want to rub it around about this much to start, okay? Kind of get it in here. You're essentially using this action to spread around the gel, because if there's no gel, there's no transmission, and you're not getting anything from the ultrasound. So you definitely want to move it around a little bit. And then once you've moved it around, you feel that it's wet in that area, you can just hold it. Now hold it. I use my left hand. You can use your right hand, but I really think you'll find the left hand works great. Now I'm just going to hold it here, and I can, when I move it, I can feel it coming up against the corner of my jaw, and then kind of hitting the mastoid muscle. You want to just bring it down a little bit. You don't want to hold it jutted against your bones. You want to let it relax and fall down a little bit, like about here. Just a little bit, just about a half of an inch, just a little bit off of them. And you can just kind of massage it in a little bit as you go. But you'll just want to hold it here for 5 minutes. Now this device, as soon as it turns on, will beep at the 5-minute mark. So that's all you need to do. The times you need to do it is once in the morning. So within about an hour or two after waking up, you can use it. Some people prefer to use it about 20 minutes before they meditate. So use the ultrasound for 5 minutes on your left side in the morning. If you do have a meditation practice or some kind of a meditative practice where you sit and you calm your mind, this works exceptionally well about 20 minutes before your meditation. Okay? So you're going to hold this here for the full 5 minutes, and then the device is going to go beep, beep, 2 beeps. Then once you're done, you're going to take it off, and you're going to hold the button. You're just going to hold the button down, and it's going to turn off after about 3 to 4 seconds of holding it down. And then that's it. Now in terms of restoring it, you want to remove this. You also want to get a tissue. I'm going to grab a tissue now. Okay, so I use these kind of Kleenex tissues or whatever. Now, first thing you want to do is just remove it from your neck, and it's just a kind of a nice little wipe. You can kind of do a twofer and just kind of rub it there, and you want to get that stuff off of you. Just because you don't want to walk around with some gel just on you. It doesn't really show up much, but it's just a good practice. Now, then you're going to have some gel remaining on the front of it, and so you want to wipe it off. And you want to kind of wipe it or wipe around. So you want to wipe around the edge where some of the gel might have gotten around the edge. So just wipe in there. I use this motion where I kind of put it on like this, and then I kind of rotate it. Okay, this is a good method to get it. Now, once it's nice and clean, then what you want to do is just place it back into this. The black foam will show you exactly where to put the silver head, and you put that there. Okay. Now, in terms of packing up the gel, you want to close the gel like this. Not too tight, but not too loose. And then you'll want to place it back like this, okay? And then you want to push it in, and it will lock itself in there. Now, for the last part, for storing the power cable, you want to push the power cable just like this, right in there, first. Then what you're going to do is, I'm going to set this down, and you're going to take your hand and push it all the way down to the power cable. I'm going to show for demonstration. All you have to do is just take 4 fingers and then wrap it around your fingers like this, while it's sitting in the case like this, wrap, 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 and then take this little part and make sure it's not just sticking out somewhere. And then what you're going to essentially do is make sure this whole thing wraps up nicely. Okay, so you're going to get it to a point where it's wrapped up like this, and then you're going to nicely fit it snug back into this section that's been cut out for the cable. Okay, and so it'll fit right there. My job isn't great because I'm not using both hands for this video, but essentially it will kind of look like that again. And now you can just shut it. It's nicely safe and sound, and then you want to lock the boxes back down. And that is really it. That's all you have to do for the first week. So the next week, what we'll go over is uses for week 2, and they'll start to look very similar from week 2 and on. But we're going to essentially, at week 2, day 7 really, is also add, we're going to do left side still, but we're going to go to the right side additionally for another 5 minutes. Very similar, exact same process for finding that. Do not do more than 5 minutes because your body is going to be getting used to this new effect, and you certainly don't want to overdo it. So in the next video, I'm going to explain what it is that's actually happening, and you can use the device while I'm explaining that or whatever. Maybe watch that later tonight if this is the morning, or maybe watch that next video in the morning after you've used it. So great, thank you. I'm excited. This is going to be awesome. You're going to really feel some amazing results within a few short days. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch up with you on the next one. Thanks. Bye-bye.